Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of MTG Arena. We are going to be playing some Historic today. I'm not going to be jumping into Rank today, as I'm just trying to test out a couple new decks and test some theories out, so I don't want to keep plummeting my Mythic percentage down and down because I just want to try some decks that aren't refined yet. But this is kind of a take on an old classic, some blue-red control. Basing itself around Torrential Gearhulk to flashback good spells like Glimmer of Genius, Sublime Epiphany, Thirst for Knowledge, whatever it is that you want to flashback with Torrential Gearhulk, plus getting a 5/6 always good. So we have a pretty control-y deck, 3 Sensors, 2 Essence Scatters, 1 Negate, a Search, Harness Lightning, 2 Maze Mind Tombs for some card advantage, filtration, and life gain, some ramp and card advantage with Mind Stone. We have 1 Thirst for Knowledge and 3 Glimmer of Genius. We might go down to 2 on those, but as long as I'm running Harness Lightning, I like having an additional. But Thirst for Knowledge, we could play 3 mana instant speed, which is nice. Draw 3 cards and then discard a artifact. So we can always pitch a Maze Mind Tomb or a Mind Stone to it, or even a Torrential Gearhulk if needed. But just a cheap way to get some cards. We have 3 Anger of Gods mains, so if we're playing any of those aggressive decks, this takes care of it nicely. I opted for Disallow over Sinister Sabotage and Neutralize because the countering the activated and triggered ability is nice, especially against Aetherworks Marvel. If for some reason you weren't able to keep it off the board, you can always disallow the activation and stop them from wheeling and dealing. 4 Glimmer of Genius, so we can scry 2 and draw 2 cards. The energy helps out with Harness Lightning. Hour of Devastation pretty much clears up most all planeswalkers and creatures that you are going to come across. Minus Nissa is the only thing that it doesn't kill, which is kind of unfortunate. Right now we have 1 Shark Typhoon in here. I want to jam some more in here, but I'm not sure how the deck's going to go yet. 2 Sublime Epiphany, as it's quite a powerful card, especially when you flash it back with Torrential Gearhulk, because then you kind of create an engine. So you flash this back with Torrential Gearhulk, you copy this, and then you get to flash back another spell, you get to counter target, plus you get to draw cards. So it's just all around a pretty nice little combination of cards here. And then a Seagate Restoration helps as a land, also something that we could get a card advantage with. So in the sideboard I have 2 Ceremonious Rejection. I love this card. It's probably not needed, but maybe it is. We've been seeing a lot of the mono brown decks, so Ceremonious Rejection is just a 1 mana answer to all the stuff they're trying to do. Aether Gust is good against your pesky red decks as well as your green deck or Gruul deck. Negate's in here for another control matchup. Braid's in here for your aggressive matchups as well, plus destroying target artifact is great. Knowing that some people are starting to jam Torrential Gearhulks and whatever X Gearhulks into decks, this takes care of them for 2 mana. Narset in here for those control matchups again. It's also not bad against Sultai, as you know they're always rifling off cards with Growth Spiral and Uros and whatnot. Another Anger of the Gods for the aggressive deck. 2 Legion's War Boss I'm trying out in here for when we do play like a control mirror or like blue-white control or something. They're going to generally board out all the Wrath of Gods, things like that, and then we bring in 2 Legion War Boss out of the sideboard. It can really throw a wrench in their plans. And then 2 Ashioks, as it's a decent card and also helps us deal with the graveyards. I'm thinking about putting, I think it's Tormund's Crypt in here instead, but we need some other way to deal with the graveyard deck. So this is in here for now, but we might change that as we go. So here's the base of the deck, and without any more delay, we're going to jump into some games. I have an event going on. I tested out the deck once. We did pretty good. Well, we won, so that's usually, a good thing. But we're gonna try this out. I'm hoping that we actually play against some pretty competitive decks, so that way we can try this deck out in there. Like I said, I just don't want to jump into Mythic and start getting pummeled, and not really get a chance to see what's working in the deck and what's not. I did look in the comments and check for any, advice, comments, suggestions, whatever have you, or what have you. And I do like the idea for my green-black counter deck that I've been playing to splash some white into there. So I've actually started working on that. I'm not sure how it's going to look yet, but I'm thinking I cut a couple of pelt collectors and actually put some shambles in there. I think that it's quite a good one drop and move some other things around. So we'll probably give that another shot relatively soon here, and we'll see how things go in that. I think it's a sweet deck and a concept, so hopefully we can make that work. Hopefully we can make this work too. I've been considering just splashing white in there since we have the Jeskai Triomes, and we could, you know, just jam the Teferi in there as an alternate win condition as well. Okay, opponent auto scoop, that's cool. Apparently it's a draw. I don't know how that works. I was ready to play. Just because my opponent didn't show up doesn't mean I should draw. At least in my experience in playing Magic IRL, your opponent doesn't show up, you win. Let's try that again. I think what happened is Arena's algorithm couldn't understand what deck I was playing. He's like, well, I don't know. We're just going to throw it in. Oh, we can't find anyone. Just give him a draw until we find a new person. I'm kidding, but am I? Yeah, we can keep this. Depending on what we draw, we're probably just going to lean on the Fable Passage. That way we have a guaranteed untap land. Okay, never mind. Everybody loves Gruul. Negate's not going to do anything. Fortunately for us, Anger the Gods will. So we're going to disallow that. We're going to take a couple damage here, but now we'll have 6 mana for the Torrential Gearhulk. No attacks here. Don't need any lands. Okay, so now we should win. We have a Gearhulk back up and we have 2 counter spells, so. Yep. Got a huge Anger of the Gods there in the beginning, that was quite sweet. So we want our Aether Gust. We want our other Anger of the Gods. We're on the draw, so I think we're going to cut a Shark Typhoon. Epiphany's a little expensive, but I also think Censor is not as good on the draw. I'm just bringing some removal. We don't need Negate either. Cut one Epiphany, bring in the other Whoops. Do something like this. I guess search isn't great. I think Epiphany overall is probably better. Search is like okay, but it's just like really slow against them, you know, so we don't want to be doing that. I think we're okay here. So opponent probably learned, and they're probably not going to just spew their hand all over the place now that they were hit by an Anger of the Gods. We can keep this, we just got to hope for another land drop. Pelty. So apparently they didn't. It's like if I had an Anger of the Gods, they're kind of... Oh, I do have an Anger. Now I just need another land. Yeah, it's possible that it was correct to shoot down one of the elves, but I guess here it doesn't matter. I guess we're just hoping to rip a land here, right? So we ripped a land, not the one that we want. 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we probably lose next turn, so we're just going to go ahead and scoop here. I feel like I can't win on the draw against this deck. I can definitely win on the play, but on the draw there's no way. I shouldn't say there's no way, there's plenty of ways that it can happen. It just feels very skewed. But I mean, mono green's an incredibly popular deck, so it's good I'm playing against it. Probably throw an elf down on one or a collector, right? Okay, at least they're not ramping, so that's a plus. So we need an Anger of the Gods. So we're gonna get greedy here. We're gonna hold the Hour of Devastation, assuming that they're gonna throw down a Questing Beast this turn. So we are gonna take 8 damage and go to 6, but we'll at least get their Questing Beast if they decide to attack. Ember Cleave. Okay, that sucks. That's funny. Now they can throw down a questing beast. So we have 3, 4. Oh, we'd be 1 mana shy, unfortunately. Alright, so we have an Abrade to take care of the Embercleave. We're at 8 lands now, so we can do both technically. Okay, now we should be fine. They're in top deck mode. We have a bunch of counter spells. We have removal. We can kill up to a 7 drop, so should be fine. Yep, there's the scoop. We survived. Got some money. That's always nice. Maybe we'll get matched up against something other than mono green to see how we do. So we're going to hold here. We can censor if they try to play a 3-drop. Otherwise, we can cycle the censor if we don't get to do anything. making sure we try to hit our land drops. So, alright. They got that one. I guess we'll just keep things off the board. It's hard to believe that they're playing anything that costs 4 mana, but and they're not actually because of Lurrus. So there's that. Probably lose here. So we've determined that Censor absolutely sucks against them. Anger of the Gods does nothing now. Alright, that's the end of this game. Alright, so we definitely don't want Censor in any capacity. The Braid's fine. Guess we could bring in the negate too. These are probably dirtily and slow. Let's try something like this, see how that goes. Would be nice to drop one of these too, but God's willing. Wow, Spell Pierce. Interesting. So Anger of the Gods would still be good here. But its window is definitely running short. crazy, but I needed to get that creature off the board. Otherwise we were done for. Cycle this for 4, at least put something on the battlefield they can't counter, so if they have another spell appears or something, they can't do anything about it. And they're on a 3-turn clock. Okay. So we got there. We did the thing. Hopefully we could do the thing again. We just have to have removal and or, counterspell. Keep this. Opponent had a mulligan, I think once or twice. Oh, they're down to 4 cards. Okay. That is quite low. It's quite the good card, and unfortunately we didn't draw anything to stop them from doing that, so that sucks. We need those turn 2 plays, for stuff like this exactly. Because now, yeah, with like 2 cards, they can just go off the chain with core. It's already a 3/5. I mean, I can't touch that. So, nope, can't touch a 6/8. Can't do anything. lose. Maybe it's just right there to mulligan to make sure that we have 2 mana removal spell in our hand. Or at least a counter spell. But being on the draw counter spell doesn't do anything because they can still resolve the creature. So it's just like you have to hit those Harness Lightnings and Braids. I also want to look at Dimir. I think that some of the effects that you get out of black are better in a few ways than what you can get out of red. We'll lean on a passage here. We'll grab an island. That way we're setting ourselves up to be able to cast Disallow. We'll be able to cast Censor and Harness Lightning thanks to the Sulfur Falls. Maybe. Depends what the opponent does here. Nice. I already like it. So I'll probably grab a mountain here, so that way we make sure we have 2 red and 2 blue. Even though I don't think Anger of the Gods is going to be necessary against this matchup, I could be wrong. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be. But I appreciate the Grixis, you know. And then we miss a land drop, so that sucks. Probably a Karn. I don't think they're going to jam that out. They know I have Censor, even though I cycled one away earlier. we hit one more land, we can at least cast Gearhulk if we need to. There it is. Oh no, we can't. I should be able to, right? Oh, that's right, I can't activate. I forgot about Karn's passive. Damn. It screwed me. Now I'm just in a really bad spot. It's like this card just hoses you. 4 mana Essence Scatter. Crazy. Well, at least we could bring in Ceremonious Rejection. A Braid's good here as well. We'll cut the Harness Lightnings. I can't do anything about that. We don't even have anything that good to flashback with Torrential Gearhulk aside from Disallow. Yeah, I mean, we're in pretty bad shape here. Like, this is a dead card. We can't cast this. This is alright. Yeah, we're out of here. We just have too many dead cards. So we're gonna cut these. Get rid of these. Get rid of Harness Lightning. Bring in the rejections. We bring in the negate. The braids are fine. It's our only way to destroy artifacts anyway. Probably some sort of enchantment removal. Might not be, or artifact removal. I think there's the 4 mana one. Destroys all artifacts. So probably want to look into that actually. It's probably not bad. So we want a red land here. Grab a mountain. And hope for the best. Love these islands though. Such a sweet island. I just don't want them to resolve a Karn or something on turn 4, and plus they can pump 2 mana in this, so they have like 6 mana potentially. It's the only reason why I didn't abrade the 2/4 in response. Because even if they have a land, they could play that and still play Karn, even if I would have just removed that, so it doesn't seem worth it. If I had one additional land, yeah, that'd be great. I would have, abrade plus 10 negate would have been great. No lands, can't do much. So that's kind of been the story, and it's quite frustrating, is not hitting lands. I have like 24, 25 lands in the deck. I should be hitting them. But like somehow we're still like have things to cast and we're doing things. It just sucks not really being able to play your deck. I can't even take the time to censor here, or to cycle censor in order to try to hit another land, because then I can't cast Disallow. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of what I have to do if I want to not lose this game in its entirety. Now if they resolve something big, we're kind of screwed, but we had to do something, you know. Alright, idle's not the worst. Alright, now we should have the game. We have a Torrential Gearhulk, so we can just flash it in and disallow something. Which I'm very surprised that we were able to even get this far. We were stuck on 3 lands for like 4 turns. I think this is fine. Oh, I should have brought Harness Lightning back in. Damn. I don't know though. Like they only have a couple creatures and they use this ramp, so it's like it's possible that it's correct to bring it in. But yeah, like this is not the hand we want. Like why do we want this? We don't. Jesus. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna keep this. I'm just gonna put this back. But we're just getting so screwed on our hands. Just give me a good opening hand one time. That'd be like super cool. Hopefully don't put down anything crazy, because I can't do anything until next turn. Oh, they'll probably drop that 3-drop creature that they have, I would assume. Oh, just some ramp. Okay. Well, we made it to turn 4 without them casting anything, so we're fortunate there. At least we have the 2 disallows here. That's fine. So we played Castle Ventress this time because now I can activate it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to counter something here. But in the event that we didn't have to for any reason, we have, we could have scryed. Hopefully we don't hit another land. I didn't have to shock that there. I'm doing their job for them now. My opponent's got infinite mana, pretty much. Sucks we were 1 mana short of being able to do that plus like Glimmer of Genius, but we can still disallow. Looking for some Gearhulks here would be great. Alright, that's what we wanted. So I didn't flash that in here. I'm just going to Glimmer of Genius. Our life total, we're at 10. Like, we're still doing okay. Opponent has no cards in hand, so I'll take this opportunity to draw a couple cards. I'm going to get rid of the sensor because it's not going to do anything. Okay, negate's good. Now we pass turn here. Yeah, the city's blessing Arc is doing its work, man. They're just drawing tons of cards. Target an activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent. Target player draws a card. Okay, they didn't like that. Whoops. Sorry guys, I forgot to mute my phone. I'll discard the Maze Mine Tomb. Actually, we'll get rid of the Mind Stone now. So we're at 9. If we play this, we go to 10, 6, 3, and 4. Okay. We'll just hard cast that at this point. Pay 2 so that way I can negate and Essence Scatter, or negate, you know, any of my 2 mana spells in combination of each other. Surprised they didn't draw another card with Maze Mine Tome. Or the other Mind Stone is what I meant. I thought maybe I said Maze Mine Tomb, but I'm surprised that they didn't just sack that for another draw card. They didn't activate their Arc again to draw another card, so I'm not really sure what they're doing. Oh, they got me. They got me so good. I didn't count their mana properly. They got me good. It should be game. Because they can attack, mill 20, we'll go to 8, and then we just swing. Oh, shit. Oh no, I miscounted again. I'm the worst. I just punted this game. Unless for some reason they draw a creature. Oh, they can't even play it. Yep, I just punted the game. Oh, what? He scooped? That's crazy. Oh no, I had 11. Whew. 5, 7, 9. No, I had 9. Okay. This guy's crazy. I don't know why he scooped. I screwed up and lost the game. Not really, because they've scooped. That's crazy. Oops. We'll give him a big old fat oops. Oh, they had me confused. Like, oh no, they did it right. Nope, they punted that one there. Alright, we'll do another one here. This will be good if we can win this one too. Man, there's so many mistakes I made that game. Watch, we're gonna play mono red and just get destroyed after that. Game's like, hey man, you got away with a free one. Not letting that happen again. This is a keepable hand. Definitely keepable. Okay, so goblins, I was close. Well, we have to keep sensor up in case they mux us this turn. Yep, can't do anything about that. I could censor, but then they just sack the 1/1 and pay the cost anyway, so it's just kind of a waste. So what we really needed there is an Anger of the Gods. So unfortunately Sensor's not going to do anything here. Looking for an Anger of the Gods there. Clearly didn't hit it. Got a bunch of lands though. That's gonna hurt. We're not dead yet. Ah, what a stain. Just rips fucking haste right off the top. Get out of here. We don't need search. We don't need negate. Essence Scatter's good. Sensor's okay. I think we cut the Typhoon and the Epiphanies. These are just kind of slow. Probably cut a Sensor. Sensor's okay on the play, but it's just most of their stuff is so cheap and they always have ways to produce extra mana that one thing is not great. I'll keep it in here in the chance that we can catch them on a one-off being aggressive, but the Skirks, they're prospecting, man. Jeez, what a hand. Well, I think this is where we lose it here. 2, 3, 4, 5 on board. So I can't shark in this land. They have plenty of mana to cast everything. So yeah, I mean, we'll play it out, but we probably lose here. Is my guess. I mean, there's not much I can really do. This is the only way that I might stand a chance. So we still have disallow up, and I can start taking this to try to gain life. It's not what I need. Not exactly what I need. Not exactly what I need. That's not either. Alright, we're doing things. Somehow. Damage to target creature. An opponent controls equal number of goblins you control. Okay, so that's not going to hurt us here. doing things, people. Yes! From the brink of death. We did it. I don't think that's typical. I can't say that I feel it's gonna happen again. But we grinded through. We grinded through. That was quite fun. It's nerve-wracking, really. I thought I was going to lose the entire time, just waiting for something to happen, or for me to not draw something that answered what they were trying to do. We can keep it. Just gotta hope to hit lands. But I feel like these are the kind of hands that you lose against goblins, and you know. Oh, they don't have a turn one. That's delightful. I'm delighted by that fact. I'm not delighted by that. That sucks. So normally I'd play the other Fabled Passage there, so we can this on 3. It's too risky. You can just mux this and you're done. Wow, they just have infinite goblins. It's usually the way it goes though, right? Okay, so we know that they're drawing that next turn, so I'm not too concerned there. Excellent. Now we have Gearhulk mana, which is good. Oh yeah, duh. I forget that it's an artifact. I haven't played with these cards in so long. Right on cue, we got the other one. Once I get more mythic rares, I'm going to put the 4th one in here. but so we're doing okay here. We're doing okay. We're at 14 life. We have a bunch of mana on the battlefield. We have a counter spell and a disruption here. And we can draw a card with Mind Stone. Wow, nice. Another Gearhulk. That's what we want. The only thing is we like some sort of draw card would be great. We haven't hit any of those yet. Okay, so we should win. Yep. I think they were focusing so much on what I was going to flashback that their life total is at 10. And we're going to swing it for 10 that turn. So, all right. Well, some good games all around there. I think that we did pretty well. We beat goblins. You know, that's good. It was definitely difficult, but we beat them. We beat Mono Green a couple times, and we lost to the Auras deck. So I'd like to tweak this some more. I also want to experiment with some Dimir control, possibly Grixis control. So if anyone has any deck ideas or suggestions or anything, again, I'm open to those. Just kind of exploring what's going on in Kaladesh and Historic. So hopefully you enjoyed the videos today. Let me know what you think. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in. And hey, doesn't hurt if you comment, like, or subscribe. You know, I got to be one of those people now. But yeah, it'd be nice. And we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.